Alright, this is the second to last entry in Anne Frank's diary, and it's Friday. It's late July, and then she doesn't write again until August 1st. So these last two entries, the time in between the entries, is like the longest that it's been for the book, or one of the longest time periods. It's like 9 or 10 days. So this is Friday, July 21st, 1944. Don't do that again. Friday, July 21st, 1944. Dear Kitty, now I am getting really hopeful. Now things are going well at last. Yes, really, they're going well. Super news. An attempt has been made on Hitler's life, and not even by Jewish communists or English capitalists this time, but by a proud German general. And what's more, he's a count and still quite young. Tom Cruise later plays him in a movie. The Fuhrer's life was saved by divine providence, and unfortunately, he managed to get off with just a few scratches and burns. A few officers and generals who were with him had been killed and wounded. The chief culprit was shot. Anyway, it certainly shows that there are a lot of officers and generals who are sick of the war and who would like to see Hitler descend into a bottomless pit. When they're disposed of Hitler, their aim is to establish a military dictator who will make peace with the Allies. Then they intend to rearm and start another war in about 20 years' time. Perhaps the divine power tarried on purpose in getting him out of the way, because it would be much easier and more advantageous to the Allies if the impeccable Germans kill each other off. It will make less work for the Russians and the English, and they'll be able to begin rebuilding their own towns all the sooner. But still, we're not that far yet, and I don't want to anticipate the glorious events too soon. Still, you must have noticed this is all sober reality, and that I'm in quite a matter-of-fact mood today, for once. I'm not jabbering about high ideals, and what's more, Hitler has been so kind as to announce to his faithful, devoted people that from now on everyone in the armed forces must obey the Gestapo, and that any soldier who knows that one of his superiors was involved in this low, cowardly attempt upon his life may shoot the same on the spot without court-martial. What's a perfect shambles it's going to be. Little Johnny's feet began hurting him during a lunch march. He's snapped at by his boss, the officer. Johnny grabs his rifle and cries out, "You wanted to murder the Fuhrer, so there's your reward." One bang, and the proud chief who dared to tick off little Johnny has passed into eternal life. Or is it eternal death? In the end, whatever an officer finds himself up against a soldier, or having to take the lead, he'll be wetting his pants from anxiety, because the soldiers will dare to say more than they do. Do you gather a bit what I mean, or have I been skipping too much from one subject to another? I can't help it. The prospect that I may be sitting on a school benches next October makes me feel far too cheerful to be logical. Oh, dearie me, haven't I just told you that I didn't want to be too hopeful? Forgive me, they haven't gotten my name. Little bundle of contradictions, all for nothing. Yours, Anne. That was so clever. That was Friday, July 21st, 1944. It's the second to last entry in the diary of Anne Frank. She's hopeful, but she doesn't want to get her hopes up too much. She's almost made it to October. Her father, Otto, has said that they should be able to leave in October, and she's hoping to go back in school October. One of the brightest young minds of any generation. So, thank you for listening. Hit the like and subscribe, and have a good one.